This podcast is being recorded and produced on Gadigal land.
We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this country and elders past present.
We extend our respect to any First Nations, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
We're skipping the intro today and just cutting straight to the fucking
Welcome to
chase.
Close Friends. Because we've got a lot to talk about, and these episodes, meant to be. Oh, Nova likes them to be 10 minutes, but we
stretch them out,
We like a 20-minute one. Sorry, Hannah. Anyway, I was saying last week that I was going to see Sister Act, and I went and saw it, and I thought I'd give you all an update on that, because I had a terrible fucking time.
Oh, why?
No, I'll get there. First of all, I put it on my story. A lot of people asking for a review. Look, not my favourite, but not the worst. Camp, fun, meh. I don't know. It just, I kind of felt it was one of those musicals where I went, did we need this? Did we need this to happen? Now, I will say the cast, the production, all the rest of it, nothing against them. The cast was fabulous. Everyone hit every note. It was gorgeous. But, just the actual storyline, I was like, did this need to be a musical? I just went, because I went and saw Cruel Intentions. You know, like the 1990s movie Cruel Intentions?
Yeah.
They made that a musical. And I went, and it was like a jukebox musical, so they just had pop songs to tell the story.
Yep.
And I went, fabulous job, everyone, but fuck, we didn't need this. I didn't need to come and see anyway. So it was a bit the same with Sister Act. I went, well, this is fun, but I would never see it again. I was disappointed because Casey Donovan wasn't even on, which was the whole reason I went and saw the show. I don't even think I've ever watched the Sister Act musical, but I went for Casey Donovan because I love her. She unfortunately had COVID and influenza A, so rest up, girlfriend, but she wasn't on. Now, the girl who was her understudy, absolutely fabulous. What a star. And I actually was like, this role was born. She was born to play that role. She did such a good job. I felt the audience was very awkward. The show itself pokes a lot of fun at Christianity and, Catholics and things like that. And I said that in last week's episode that I knew that was going on because they'd gotten some complaints. The audience just wasn't on board with how much of a mockery the, production makes of religion.
Wouldn't people know that before going
right,
to see it?
Have you not seen Sister Act?
Yeah, do your research.
Yeah, so that was it was almost uncomfortable to be an audience member because I was trying not to piss myself, but all the people around me were like, ooh ah, they weren't there for it.
I wish I lived in Sydney so I could come to these things with you. Every time I see you go into a musical on your story, I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, sorry. But look, I was just it was good. It was a nice night out with my friends. We got cheaper tickets because, I know someone who knows someone, so we got a bit of a discount on them. And that was nice. It was lovely, but I wouldn't see it again. And I don't think it's a must-see, to be honest. But good job to them. Love it. I'd probably give it 3 out of 5 stars if I had to give it a rating. And maybe it was the environment, the people in the audience. Maybe it was the fact Casey Donovan wasn't on stage that made me not have as good of an experience. But there was something that happened.
What?
That actually made me have the worst theatre experience of my life. First of all, since COVID, I feel like theatre etiquette in general has gone way downhill. People aren't turning their phones off. People's phones are ringing. People are coughing, crinkling chip packets and crinkling getting up and going to the toilet every 2 minutes. People are always in a theatre show, it's just kind of I get that some people need to use the bathroom. Yeah. I get it. But the amount of people who get up or got up 5-10 years ago, I feel maybe 1 or 2 people because, they can't control their bladder and they've got to go. Fair enough. I feel like people just get bored and go for a fucking wander, have a vape out the front, sit on their phone in the foyer. I don't know what they're doing. Actually, people sit on their phone in the show. You can see the phone light lighting up their face.
But don't they get in trouble with their phones?
Well, I think it's similar to all the customer service we hear from everyone who works in customer service. Why bother telling someone to put their phone away or be quiet or stop talking or blah, 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 because you just don't want the hassle.
I can't stand, I'm sure a lot of people are the same. Even when I'm working in our office, I can't deal with the typing and hearing people sniff and cough. It drives me nuts. I either got to put headphones on or go downstairs because I can't deal with the noises, and I feel the same.
Misophonia.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you got misophonia.
Whenever I'm at the movies or if I go to see a musical, like the distant coughing and like sniffing, like it makes me want to leave. Like I can't deal with those noises.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, so I actually had someone in front of me who was doing worse than crinkling, coughing, getting up and going to the toilet. She was just flat out talking. Talking like she was at home on the lounge, chatting to the lady next to her. She was in a group of 4 and then she was sitting next to a man who wasn't with her.
Oh,
and
she was next to her would have been so pissed off.
Well, he was just talking to him and he's trying to like, give her, yeah, no worries. And she's talking to him. She's talking to her sister next to her. There's 2 other ladies that she's
Did
with.
you tap her on the shoulder?
Oh, I'll get there, honey. And she's leaning forward saying to the other ladies, like, I don't even know what she was saying, but she was actually just talking at like, not even a whisper. It was loud. And I went, shh. And then I went, shh. And she still didn't hear me. So I tapped her on the shoulder.
Good.
Tapped her on the shoulder 3 times and said, shh. And she turns around and she goes, are you fucking serious? Fuck you. And I was like, whoa. So now everyone's like looked and she keeps turning around and going, how dare you? How dare you? The whole rest of the time. And then I just kept going, shh. I said, be quiet. You're disrespectful. Shh. And then she turns around. She's huffing and puffing. And then it's almost the intermission.
I would have fought.
And also, everyone around her for the last 20 minutes has been turning around and looking and shaking their heads. And like everyone knows this is going on. First of all, if someone says shh to someone, back them the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because no one else jumped in. I was like, okay, I was getting so frustrated for like 20 minutes. I was like, I've got to say something. I finally said something and I thought, right, I've burst the bullet here.
Everyone else is going to jump in.
Everyone else is going to jump in now that I've said
did.
something. No one did. So then at intermission, the lights come on. She stands up and she turns around and she starts yelling at me. And she, at first, like, I don't even know what she was saying because I knew this was coming given her reaction. And I knew something was coming. So I was prepared. I was ready to go. And I was calling her, go get fucked, you stupid, blah, blah, blah.
You were?
Yeah, because she was yelling at me too. And I said, you're so disrespectful. You're just... Because she was going, you assaulted me, blah, blah, blah. I've tapped her on the shoulder. Grow up, you stupid. Anyway, the point is, she's going at me. She's going, you need to go back into your little hole wherever you came from, because the world's not like what you think it is. And I'm going, I literally asked you to be quiet because you're so disrespectful. And she goes, how am I disrespectful? I said, to me, everyone around you, the performers on stage, everyone, Skylar, who never says anything, he's going at her as well.
Oh my God.
Like, it was
Why
a
didn't
whole
you go
thing.
and dob on her?
So we did. And
Yeah.
let me tell the story. We'll get there.
Me?
So anyway.
What? Try to be logical
I
here.
know.
Like, go and dob on her.
So I said, I'm not going to be made to feel bad because you are a disgusting, disrespectful human being. Everyone's looking like I'm like, I can't just like back down now. She goes, I actually asked everyone around me whether I was talking too loud and they all told me I was talking very quietly. I said, you shouldn't be talking at all. Like I'm just not holding back. Everyone's looking. I'm like, you are a disgrace, disgusting. You can get out, go outside, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm just saying whatever I can to diffuse the situation. I wasn't actually yelling that loud, by the way.
Yeah.
I should say I wasn't yelling that loud. But I wish I could have. But I was just going, you are not going to make me feel bad. I said to her, you're not going to make me feel bad. You are the wrong person in this situation. I can't believe you are accusing me of being rude when you are talking throughout a performance. And again, during a big number, like where we can't hear what you're saying, I'm not kidding. It was quiet, vulnerable scenes where there's nothing happening except 2 people talking.
And she was
And
being
she's
loud.
talking. And she's just talking about God knows what. Anyway, she goes out to intermission. She comes back with a glass of red wine that is filled to the fucking brim. And I am sitting in a white jumper. And I thought, that's not a good sign. I thought, I can't provoke her. Anyway, when she came and sat back down, she actually didn't sit in front of me. She sat in one of her friend's seats. So she was actually like 3 or 4
Good.
seats down now. So she wasn't in front of me. Then what's actually worse than her is her friend who she was sitting next to.
Who the fuck are these people?
Right? In the second half, then they both were talking to each other and loudly and pointing and, oh my God, like being loud on purpose. And she's saying things like, I hate bitchy men. Don't you just hate men who are bitches looking at me?
How old are these people?
Oh, fucking 50 or something. I don't care. It doesn't matter how old you are. You could be
Grow
12.
up.
And if you're talking, I'm going to tell you to be quiet, please. So she's going on and on. She's got a red wine. Oh my God, I'm going, if I say anything, that's going all over me. But surely someone else will say something. Again, the whole time I can still hear her. Everyone's shaking their heads around her. The usher comes down and tells her she needs to be quiet. She doesn't be quiet. She then drinks so much red wine. She passes out during like the third last song and she's asleep on the lap of the person next to her. The usher comes down and is like RSA vibes, like she's got to go. And so the other person wakes her up and then she's still going around like, and then another person finally went shh, and she turned around and goes, oh, shush, 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 back at you. I was like, I am fucking appalled at your behaviour. You are literally scum of the earth. Like, what is going on? And then, she fell asleep at the end anyway for the last few songs. But my thing is, what's worse than her behaviour is actually the friend she was with enabling that behaviour.
Why would you, if I went to anywhere with you and you were acting that way, I'd say, what the fuck are you doing?
Right?
You would pull your friend up and be
Right?
like, be quiet or go outside.
I was appalled at the fact that, fair enough, she's talking, she's a loser. But, like, for the friend to be encouraging her and they were pretending they were going to elbow me in the face and all the rest of
What the
this.
hell?
And, like, just Darrow disgusting. Like, I was just like, oh, seriously. I mean, and you know what I said, like, not to them, but I thought to myself, bring it on, babes. Like, you elbow me in the face, you're going to jail. Like, come on, you know what I mean? I am suing you to the end of the earth because I'm looking at your jewellery and your Hermes bag and I'm thinking, surely you got some money. I'll sue you. Damages. This is my face. It's my money maker, you know?
Very true.
So I was quietly hoping there would be a little assault in there for me and I could get a payday, but no, nothing of the sort.
Damn.
Anyway, it left such a sour taste in my mouth. This is a message to the scrollers who I'm sure who all are absolutely great and have theatre etiquette. Turn your phones off, not on silent, because I went to one a few weeks ago where the phone kept buzzing in the seat behind me and the group chat was going off. So the phone was on silent, but all I could hear every 2 seconds was bzz, 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 bzz. I'm like, can you not just respect everyone around you and turn it off? The only time I turn my phone off is in the theatre. I don't think I turn my phone off at any other time, but in the theatre.
Why people go? Like, why go to something like that?
Are you not scared that like Do Not Disturb won't work and it'll ring?
Just turn your phone off and enjoy it.
Oh.
Or get the fuck out.
Anyway, I feel really good that I've got that off my chest now. What would you like to say? Because I've had my rant. I feel that was a therapy session for me. Thank you for listening, everyone.
I thought you were going to, like, because that seems so ridiculous. I thought towards the end you were going to say, I've just made this up for the sake of the pod.
Nah.
Like, was that ridiculous?
Nah. Someone asked me if my knife story from last week's episode was made up. I said, no, I don't think I've never made up a story on High Scrollers. I know with, like, my comedy shows, it's like, you know, you've got the truth and then you add a bit of GST and then, you know, you've got the story and a punchline. But with High Scrollers, no, everything we say here is 100% true. So yeah, that's what happened. And obviously I throw in some theatrics, like I was yelling. I wasn't yelling in the theatre,
no,
but I was saying, oh, you're disgusting, ew, yuck, you know, get away, you stupid drunk.
I wish I could have been there.
I know.
I would have chimed in with you.
Well, it was so nice that Skylar chimed in.
I would have videoed.
Well, I considered doing all of that and saying, does anyone know who this woman is on my stories? Or
Exposing
making
her
a
on
TikTok
social media.
and going, disgusting. I just think you're disgusting. That's how I feel about people like that. Just the lack of respect for other human beings. Mm-hmm. Boring. Anyway, that's off my chest. I feel great now. What would you like to say?
Well, speaking of silence and being quiet, well, it's not really, I don't really have much to say. Like, the other night I was out with a bunch of friends and AJ, and we just walked past this random little bar in Newcastle, and they had a little chalkboard out the front. It said silent disco tonight.
And did you go?
Yeah. Oh. And it was so fun.
That's so camp.
Yeah, like, I think we need to bring back silent discos more.
So what is the benefit of a silent disco? Because I don't think I've ever been. First of all, is there only one channel?
No, so there's 4.
Okay.
Or, like, depending where you go. And it was free. Like, you just walked in, they handed us all a set of headphones. My only first thought was, how feral is this? Like, these headphones have been worn who knows how many times. you literally put the headphones on. So it's absolutely dead silent in the bar and on the dance floor. It's dead silent. You put the headphones on and there's a little channel flicker on the side. And then each channel, like the headphones will change colour. So then we just put them all on and it's just fucking hilarious because you go on the dance floor and you're having the best time and you like take the headphones off and it's just like you can hear people's feet and like people laughing or like singing really bad. But it was actually so fucking fun. It was like the most random thing ever. We had no idea it was on. For any of you that are in Newcastle, it's at the Rogue Scholar Bar, which is this random little bar in town. And I can't remember exactly, but I think the guy said to me that they do them once a month. So look it up if you want to have like a fun activity to do with your friends. And it's right next door to Jam's Karaoke Bar. So you could do like a karaoke night and silent disco night. But it was just the most fun ever. And then, like, you'd put on one channel and it'd be a really good song. And then you'd be like to all your friends, come on, go on this one. And then you'd all be on the same. Or you'd, like, vibe with someone across the room who's also listening to the same one. Like,
oh, yeah. Fun.
I loved it. Like, it's so fucking fun.
But, like, how do you talk? You got to take your headphones off.
Yeah, you take the headphone off and then you're yelling, but it's not even very loud in there. I've got some videos on my phone. I'll have to show you.
Okay.
It's fucking cringe, but, like, so fun. And I say, bring back more silent discos.
All right, let's do a high scroller silent disco.
Yes.
Surely.
Yeah.
Stuff the live shows. We're doing a silent disco.
Yeah.
You can all come. You can have Brittney in one ear on one channel. You can have me on another channel.
It was so good. It was so random. But yeah, maybe you need to go there because then you can't be interrupted by anyone.
Sounds like heaven to me, doll.
Yeah, you just put on the headphones and have a good time.
Well... No, I don't know what else to say after I got that off my chest.
Yeah, I thought that was a good therapy session
also,
for you.
yeah, what happens in close friends stays in close friends, okay? I don't need that getting back to her. She might sue me for defamation. I'll bring it on, though, you
Yeah,
know.
I wish you'd videoed it.
So do I. Anyway.
See you next Tuesday. Oh, we got to say that now.
Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
I forgot that was our little outro. See you next Tuesday.